We are looking at when is it time to let go of your children in a home, as a parent, as a guardian. Kulekelelako baende bazinkalire bagazionere charo mameri chiriri mu compound mwatu metinkara mwene ndine president vanyamata furu 25 26 27 28 bakari kugona mu manyumba ya makolo yao. Is that a problem? Is that a challenge? Is that development? We broaden up the topic and then we studied it. Apostle!
Oh, yeah.
I was expecting people to tell me why they will come back.
Yeah, for sure. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Yeah, welcome back.
Yeah,
it's good to see you intact.
Thank you.
Yeah, and welcome our viewers every day, every time. We are excited because you watch us and we are here for you.
What?
Thank you.
Diana.
That's what I did.
Eh? You didn't tell me. I was keeping
Chimbala
Chimbala
on that question.
How did you not say, "What? Good to see you back"? You know, that was good. You know, that's what I expect
Because
from my
I saw
co-host.
you even
man.
Before today.
Still,
I
this
saw
is
you
official.
earlier.
This is
I
an
saw you-
official moment.
Okay,
This is-
welcome back, Wadi.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you much appreciated. I'm humbled. Pastor Melvin,
Yes, sir.
how are you, sir?
Well, I'm strong. The Lord is keeping me. I'm strong, as you can see, bouncing and, pushing.
Yeah.
I'm a great man with a great vision, and I've set goals for my life, more especially this year, 2023. And we are so grateful to see you. You look bright. You look fresh.
Yeah.
The Lord bless you.
Yeah. Just flights. And
Oh, yeah.
Jet lagged.
That's what you wanted. Happy?
Thank you.
Okay.
I'm feeling great. Jet lag now. Okay, so Diana, we came up with this. Yeah, your line of thoughts before we get into the discussion.
I really think this is a two-way thing, honestly speaking. It's either certain parents let go of their children way too early, and other parents let go of their
What's
children.
early?
Way too early. I feel, okay, so here's a scenario, right? I have this friend of mine, and when this friend of mine turned 20, the mother and the father were now having a discussion to say she now has to go and live alone. So now for them, when my friend asked them, saying, but why, what makes you think I am old enough to live alone? And the parents said, no, if you look at America, people who are as young as 16 years old live alone. So people have that comparison, forgetting that America and Zambia are not the same. In America, it's very easy for people to find a job. You're 16, you'll be driving at that time, you can buy your own car. But here in Zambia, when you're 16, you're so vulnerable. Whether you're a man or a woman, you're so vulnerable. So people make that huge mistake of comparing America and Zambia, forgetting that these are two different countries with two different economies.
Okay.
So yeah.
I like the line of thought. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. This is going to be interesting. 0974-754-719. Yeah, I moved out from my mom's house when I was 20. 20 years old.
And how was it for you?
It was excellent. I loved it.
Yeah.
I found my first job. I was actually earning 500 kwacha. But I still moved out. I still moved out. Started my life. A lot of people actually said I was too young. But it made so much sense because I was mature enough to go out there and do my thing. So I've been living by myself from then till now. It's been over 10 years, that I can guarantee you. And it's something that I would definitely advise people out there to do. Anyway, I'm not that professional. Apostle!
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you see, children are children, parents are parents.
Yes.
And what makes a nuclear family is 3 circles, wife and husband, children, and then the extended family. So, children moving out of my house or my territory, there are a lot of things that should be considered. Their maturity, their economical power, and their financial muscle, and just the knowledge and the ability to understand the society is very, very important. And if it's not a matter of moving out as in body, if at all they can't afford to look after themselves where they are going, it may not be ideal. Okay? So, at a certain point, I agree that they can move out. They have done their secondary school, college, tertiary, whatever. But even then, if they are not yet working, they don't have what can, see them through on daily basis, they will still come to get meal from my house, reddish, what and what. So what was the use of moving? if at all they have moved, and they can still come back and get cooking oil from me, get sugar. When I'm not, when I'm at work, they get 4 eggs. They go, something like that. So this issue in Africa, it is yes, no, okay. Because if at all we can say those who are not married or those who have married early, as the Bible qualifies, that you leave your mother and you cleave to your wife. And the Bible puts it when time for marriage comes, that's when you leave your mother. That's what the Bible says. Okay. So now, if they are not yet married, and even if they have got means to keep themselves, then it must be an age that is above 30.
What?
Not below 20. Not below 20.
Oh my goodness.
It must be an age that is above.
Is that a woman or a guy?
Whether a guy or a woman.
You stay with your mother until you're about 30 years
You are
old.
not married, you are not working, you are not doing anything. Where do you go? Why should you go out to stay with you? Okay?
Yourself?
You can't. Because you end up doing bad vices. And
You can still do bad vices in your mother's house.
Yeah, but they are controlled. I will lock the gate and I will say, why are you coming this hour?
Okay, Pastor Mebe. Now I think the problem is with the parents. I don't think the problem is with the children. The problem should be with the parents, because we are not preparing our children for exit.
Yeah.
What we are doing is preparing our children for marriage, to say, pakaupe. Maybe that's what I'm coming and say. In America, they make sure. Parents are the ones that make sure they've got a fund for you, they've got everything sorted out for you. They expect you by the age of 18, come on, go live your life. Somewhere, we want also to come and visit your home and whatever. But here in Zambia, at the age of 18, you're considered kamwana.
A baby.
But even in the law, our laws here in Zambia is clear. You're an adult above 18. So I think the problem is Kumakol.
Yes. That's a very good topic. And, for me as a pastor, I can look at it, it's a 50-50. What
50-50.
less I'm coming. There's something that I want to say. Personally, I left my parents, house when I was 23. 23. And Wadi, I was kept by, my elder brother. Everything was there, comfortable. I had my own room. At the month end, I was not working by then. He could give me something to keep me going. And the place was good, everything was there. But when I just got a job, I just worked, I think, almost about 4 months. I told him, sir, I'm going. And the wife said, why leaving? I say, I think time has just come for me to go. I never started with everything.
Yeah.
I just, bought a bed and a 2-plate cooker and, few pots and plates. I started. Because from the word go, my parents started preparing me, said, one day you leave your own. I think, as Africans, let's start preparing our children while they are just about 12. They should know that, their parents' house is not the place where they should keep staying. The example of an eagle, the eaglets. There are times now the eagle sees that this one is mature, you start removing, dismantling the nest.
The nest, yeah.
The nest is very comfortable, everything is there, and it's made out of thorns. You start removing all those feathers so that they are plicking. So even in Africa, parents start, removing certain,
Actually, it makes them fly. It lifts them up and let go. So.
Yes. Because
if you fall, if you don't fly, you are going to die.
It's up to you. And the eagle is one of the birds that prepares the eaglets, training. So let's start, training as parents. Because imagine someone who is 30 is an adult and mature. These are the people who say, young men come out. Is a man with a bombasa.
Okay, just hold your fire there. Hi, caller, how are you? Mr. Siwila. Hello, caller.
Son, how are you?
Great. Yes, how was your morning?
My morning is bliss.
All right, great. Yes, what's your contribution, sir?
Yeah, my contribution is, what is the age? The age limit, first, is not what is considered right. Because imagine, you are just 18. Then all of a sudden they expect you to find a job. There's no job. But parents have got a bigger role to play because the moment you are just born, they need to start planning on your future first. Like umwana kakula kafika age so definitely timcha release. But what are we going to release that child with? What have you planned for that child? You see?
Yep, yep.
So parents are the ones with a bigger role, not you, Sewanes. No more say.
Yeah.
Because they're the ones who bring us up.
I agree.
That's a good one. All right, thank you very much for your contribution.
Let me talk, man.
All right, awesome stuff. Yeah. Continue.
I love the contribution from the caller. But the most important thing, even you as a child, you have got a role to play in that, place, in that home. You start feeling uncomfortable, because you have grown. And this mindset of, shifting the blames on the parents, I think should come to an end, more especially as Zambian and a lot of young men and ladies, out there. I stay in Chilenje. I've seen some of these young men, 30 years in the house, and when, they are even now exchanging words with the parents.
Yes.
Yes. No. There's a certain age. If I have a son, Michael, I am doing what I could to make sure that he has grown in a very comfortable place. But there will be a time when I tell him, son, I think now start preparing. I'm going to give you 2 months, 2 years.
Yes.
Further to that, I'll help you. If it's, renting, I'll rent a house for you for this period. I'll help you so that you start feeling how the way life is all about. People should learn to be responsible. Never shift all the blames on the parents. They have done education. They send you to college. And then again you come back. If you are not careful, these are the young men we see now. Aya upa, aleta nomukashpangan. So be careful for all those things.
Diana, is your mindset changing a bit as we are moving?
Oh, no, it's not changing.
I mean, we are looking at your friend who
I don't think
complained.
there's anything wrong with what I said.
I mean, wait,
No, but
we
honestly
just
speaking-
need to put a time frame. For me, we need to put a time frame.
Yes.
Yeah,
If we
there
don't
should
put
be.
a time frame, we don't have a set goal. We always talk about set goals.
Yeah.
We should say minimum 18, maximum 20. Most definitely, you need to be starting to think outside the box.
Exactly.
But the fact that at 20 years old, your parents are still, no, akalimwana, this country can never develop. Okay? Anyway, let's hear from a caller. Philemon, hi. Philemon? Good morning.
Hello,
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. And how are you?
Great. Yes. Who are you disagreeing with?
I'm disagreeing with the issue about children.
Okay.
When
Okay.
I believe that there's a certain age when one has to start making responsibilities about how they need to live.
What age is that?
Yeah, like as I don't know if it's Pastor who said that this issue of pointing fingers at parents needs to stop because
Mr. Mabel.
there is that certain age when one gets to know that their parents are not always going to be there.
Yeah.
And so for a person to understand that, they actually need to observe the situation at home, because you can't be at 30 years and start staying with your parents. And at that age whereby you feel like you've grown, and when your mom's telling you don't come late, you start disagreeing or answering your back, and that's nice. That's not nice.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much for your contribution. Apostle.
Yeah, you see, in the Bible, we have prodigal son. Prodigal son was given everything. He demanded from his parents, and they offloaded, and they gave him, and all the servants escorted him with the katundu that was given. That is a principle. Even Ishmael and Hagar, when he left Abraham, they were given things by the parents. Okay? Even the law in the Jewish, he who is born the firstborn is given double portion. Is given double portion. Okay? So we need to look at the consequences and the circumstances. Okay? If you are a parent who have not done anything to your children, you are just fed up to feed them, you are just fed up to see them not doing anything, you need to be blamed at a certain point. Why didn't you do what you were supposed to do? Did you take them to school? Did they finish college? Did you encourage them to become mechanics or driver or a farmer? If that's the case, then we parents who live in cities, we must buy farms immediately. Those who are not working, they are not married, pack them in the bush at the farm. Okay? Because if your small house wherever you stay is becoming too small and they're becoming a nuisance.
Yeah.
Okay? So it's better to say, my dear friend, this is my house, so the only alternative I can allow you to go out of here is the farm. Is the farm. They should not say, no, 82 years, what they're doing. No. Okay?